Hi guys, welcome back to the Player YouTube channel on what is a beautiful sunny day here in the UK. A couple of years ago we did a comparison between the old Qashqai, the really old one from 2008, 2009, to the new one. And you probably see behind me, this is the new one. This is actually 2019 version. And to be honest with you, when this car was launched back in 2006, there have only been, including this one, 3 different versions, which is quite incredible considering 12 years, nearly 13 years has elapsed and we're only on version 3. And next year in 2020, there will no longer be a Qashqai. Now to some people that is music to their ears, and to others it's going to be the end of a dynasty, because these cars are the mummy's car of choice. They have sold in their millions. And the reason they're selling so well is what I'm here to find out today, because I just don't get it. Let's take a look around the car. Let's see what the 2019 version 3 changes are, if any, and let's evaluate this mummy's car of choice. So the 2019 Qashqai, well, there aren't any changes really on the bodywork. There's a couple of bits and pieces here and there, but nothing that's that noticeable. However, what Nissan have done is got rid of the 2 engines they were using and replaced them with this one, the 1.3 litre 140 horsepower, and the 1.6 160 horsepower engines. They're both brilliant engines, and the reason they've changed them is because they'd already updated the gearbox. So the natural progression was to put a better engine with a better gearbox. So now ultimately you get the perfect match. The reason they brought the 1.6 in was so as those people that wanted an automatic gearbox could have that, whereas you cannot get that on the 1.3 engine. You can only get the 6-speed manual. The only other bits that have changed on this car are inside. So without further ado, let's jump in the front and take a look. Round at the back, well, you get these lovely big sweeping LED rear lights, which are really nice, and you get 17-inch diamond cut alloys. They're not too bad, but for a car that costs around £25,000, and that does include this nice silver grey metallic paint, which is an extra £575, and a panoramic roof, which we'll see when we jump inside at an extra £450. So if you drop those two and had the base colour and went without the panoramic roof, you'd be down to around £24,000. Cars themselves, the whole range starts at £20,000 and goes up to £32,000. Round at the back of the 2019 Qashqai, it looks exactly the same as the 2017 and 18 Qashqai. You've got your little wash wipe and you've got your diffuser over the top here. And for some reason today, we have a number of flies that are attracted to this car. There's not a lot I can do about it because we've swiped them off a few times, but they keep coming back. So please just ignore the flies. And I assure you, I did have a shower before I came out, even though the crew might think otherwise. Let's take a look inside. It's not assisted, but there again, it's not heavy, so it's fairly easy. We've got the dreaded parcel shelf. As you know, I hate these things with a vengeance. I'm going to take it out straight away because it has no rational usage in its whole life, and it can just remain there for a minute, because I haven't even tried, honestly, putting this in here, but oh, it does go in. Oh, that's okay. But what I do want to show you, inside here, it does get quite good actually. So this can lift up and actually sit there, and you can put your shopping in, which is really good. I like that. And it's got a couple of bins either side as well. I have no idea what they're for, but one thing I do know, thanks to one of our subscribers, there are some bands in here, and apparently that's for putting your fire extinguisher. Now that person should probably end up going to a public hanging somewhere, and then he'll probably say that the noose was the wrong type of rope. Unfortunately, there's some of the subscribers that are out there. At the back here, well, there's another one of those, and you can pick both up together. Look at that, 2 in 1. And now you've got a reasonable sized boot, and what I haven't described is the size of this boot. This is 400 litres, and when those seats go down, which we'll do in a second, because first of all I want to show you under here, 1600 litres in total. It's not bad. It's actually, in actual fact, it's very easy. Problem is this, look how high that is. That is way above, that's almost on my hip. It's extremely high to get heavy stuff in, and then you've got this massive lip, this drop, and this is going to go in there, and this is all going to scrape. So that's bad design, that's poor design. Underneath here I was expecting or hoping to find either a spare wheel or a space saver. No, there's neither. There is room, and I'm sure if you ask Nissan nicely, they will make you a space saver that fits in there, but you have this stupid pump system, so when you've clunked your wheel on the side of a curb and you can't use it, we can plug in and pump a tyre up. For what reason, I have no idea. Let's put the seats down, guys. Let's see how easy that is. You can do it from here. You just have to push. 60-40 split. In actual fact, doesn't look like it to me. It looks like an 80-20 split. But they call it a 60-40 split, so there you go. Both seats down. There's your 1,600 litres. And again, you know, you got this weird drop, but I suppose that's why they gave us these things, so you could, aha! Ladies and gentlemen, check it out. I think I've just realised that that could be, oh my God, right? I think that is an exciting moment for the history of the automobile industry. And I've just discovered it. Or maybe not. Look at that. Look at that. Can't say much more than that. Lost for words. Right, let's check out in the back what the passengers can expect. Well, straight away, the first thing you'll notice is there's plenty of leg room, and I honestly haven't cheated by putting this forward. That's how it was left when I got out the car. The door bins over here, they're just minutely small. You wouldn't even get a carton of, you know, milk in there, let alone a litre water bottle. It's very bland. It's very, I don't know what this is. It just feels really weird. There's no separate heating controls. There's no 12-volt adapter. There's no USB in here. It's just, I don't know. And well, headroom. It's, I mean, even for me, I'm not that tall. I'm about 165 centimeters, which is about 5'10". I mean, if you're over 6 foot, basically, you know, this I've discovered. This is why Dutch people don't buy Qashqais, because they're all over like 2 meters. They're all over 6'6". I mean, you wouldn't even get them in here. They'd have their heads stuck out. It'd be like a, you know, a procession of people with long necks, and that's so. But you'd lose that if you didn't have this massive, great, you know, panoramic roof in it. It's nice, but only for short people who live in England, I suppose. In the middle here, well, yeah, you can get someone in here. It's quite a high transmission tunnel. It's easy to manoeuvre over, and yeah, bloody hell, it's not comfortable in the middle at all. You'd probably put up with that to go down the pub, that's about it, or get a lift home from the pub. Give it to your son, let him come and pick you up. Double cup holder in the middle, and basically a nice little spongy armrest. There's nowhere to put the skis, and you cannot go and buy 2 meter length of wood in this car. Why would you want to do that? It's probably got 2 baby seats in the back. That's probably why. And the ISOFIX points are clearly marked. Look, you can even take the little plastic thing out and it feels all nice and chunky, making your babies feel very secure. Let's have a look round the front, see what's going on. I think the Qashqai has always been nicely laid out, but the one thing it did suffer from was its infotainment system, and this one in particular has come on leaps and bounds. In actual fact, this is the brand new system that Nissan brought out in the back end of 2018. I like the fact you've got these shortcut buttons on the side here as well, and it's just very easy and intuitive. It's a keyless operated system, so as this one's manual, it's just foot on the brake or on the clutch. And to be honest, it's a very quiet engine and it's surprisingly powerful, but we'll talk about that when we get out on the road. So this is called Nissan Connect, and it's the new system, as I say. It's very easy to use. You've got the menu over here. To be honest, when the car is actually in, when the phone is connected to it, because you can have it with Apple Play as well, so you just plug it all in. I'm not going to show you, you've seen it all before, and you get the apps come up. It's just very laggy. So if you want to move from one side to another, it just, I don't know. It's access. It's telling me there's a road with restricted access. We shouldn't be here, cameraman. Let's get out of here. You know, the map itself as well, you can actually update the maps using your phone, which is really, really super cool. I like that. So you don't have to go down to the dealer and get a map update. You just bang, bang on your phone, done. Great gearbox, really nice. Again, that's something we should talk about when we're on the road. Let's have a look what we've got in the way of storage. Well, we've got a double cup holder here. And for once, these are actually round, so you can put round cups in them. Got another thingy here which you can, I don't know, put some keys in over there. You've got at the front here, There's a 12-volt adapter and a place to put your phone, I would have thought. Under here, under your armrest, it's a double layered situation, so you've got one at the top for your knickknacks, your money and parking money or whatever you need, and in here there is an absolutely massive, look at that, it's huge, it's a great big bin, you can stick loads of stuff in there, and I've got a 12-volt adapter in there, a USB and an aux in as well. Absolutely brilliant. That's what I'm expecting. The softy touchy leather is really nice. They put some nice artificial stitching in there. Even the hard plastics are quite soft, and then you've got this what looks like a I don't know, it looks like a razor, like, you know, one of those electric razors. It's quite nice. I mean, yeah, the whole car is finished quite, yeah, it's a good standard, and for 25 grand I think it's pretty reasonable value for money. Steering wheel over here on the right, where we've got just cruise control. There are a number of safety options. Again, we're going to talk about that when we get out on the road while we're driving. On the left here is your menu control system with your sound. It's basic, it's easy, and that's what we love about the Nissan Qashqai. Let's get it out on the road and let's go and see what it drives like, and I can give you some updates on fuel consumption and all the safety aids. That's what I was trying to think of. Let's do it. Right, so once you get out in the Qashqai, I mean, this car, you just got to face it, it's a fabulous car to drive. It's very comfortable, it's quiet, it does what it says on the tin, and that's what Nissan has achieved with this car, and that is why it's so popular. And I almost feel it's going to be a shame in 2020 that we don't have any more Qashqais. The only thing that lets this car down big time is the fuel economy. I've been driving this car very, very frugally, really careful. I've had it on cruise control. I've, driven motorway driving. The most I've had miles per gallon has been around 37 to the gallon, and yet Nissan claim 42.5 around town and 53 miles to the gallon on a run. Never make it, not in a million years, and it really disappoints me because I'd love to see those figures. And with the new engines that they've introduced, I actually felt that's why they'd gone to the trouble of reintroducing a couple of engines into a car that basically is nearing the end of its saleable life. It's a safe car to be, and I think that's also been a big selling point. You've got autonomous braking in town, this intelligent radar system that Nissan have developed that detects stray cats and dogs and pedestrians suddenly walking out in front of you, and the car taking over and braking for you. There you go, it did it just then. That was so on cue, it was unbelievable. It's a brilliant thing to have. The blind spot mirrors, I've said over and over and over again, every car should have blind spot mirrors. It's so important when you go to pull out a lane. Cruise control with the lane departure system built into it as well. Fantastic. The car's got it all when it comes to that. It's not the fastest of cars, but on a 1.3 engine, this thing still manages to get from 0 to 60 in 10.5 seconds with a top speed of 120 miles an hour, which is pretty incredible for a little 1.3 engine. All in all, the car with its warranty and its, if you look after this, I've had one of these, well, not me personally, my wife has owned one of these for 9 years, and it's been faultless, and it runs without a single glitch. We take it in once a year, has a service, reasonably priced. It's a Nissan, it's a Qashqai. There you go. That's how I'm going to finish my summing up of what is pretty much an icon of SUVs in our modern world. You've been watching me, AJ the Player, and I thank you for watching. Don't forget, like, subscribe and comment. I loved your comments. I love them. Keep them coming in. Next week, another car. Hopefully you're going to love that. I know what it is. You don't. So check back here in a week's time, and hopefully you will enjoy our next car. Take care, and hopefully get you back here soon.